In an era where some shows drag on for 10 seasons until they're a hollow shell of their former selves, the miniseries is a breath of fresh air. It's the perfect format. One season, one complete story, and absolutely zero filler. It's essentially a 10-hour movie where every frame matters. Today, we're counting down the absolute best of the best. From gritty crime sagas to mind-bending horror, these are the top 10 miniseries of all time. Let's get into it. Number 10. The Night of. Starting our list at number 10 is HBO's The Night of. If you've ever wondered how one bad decision can dismantle an entire life, this is the show for you. It stars a naive Pakistani-American college student who takes his father's cab to a party, picks up a mysterious woman, and wakes up to find her brutally murdered. What makes The Night of so compelling isn't just the whodunit aspect, it's the how it works aspect. The series is a meticulous, often heartbreaking examination of the American criminal justice system. We watch Naz go from a wide-eyed kid to a hardened inmate at Rikers Island, a transformation that Riz Ahmed portrays with haunting precision. And then there's John Turturro as John Stone, the eccentric, sandal-wearing lawyer with chronic eczema who is the only person truly in Naz's corner. The show doesn't give you easy answers. It's dark, it's sweaty, and it's deeply cynical about the idea of truth. By the time the credits roll on the final episode, you realize the crime itself was almost secondary to the way the system chews up everyone it touches. Number 9. The Young Pope. At number 9, we have something completely different. Paolo Sorrentino's The Young Pope. Now, don't let the title fool you. This isn't some dry religious biopic. It is a stylish, surreal, and often hilarious power struggle inside the Vatican. Jude Law plays Lenny Belardo, the first American pope, who takes the name Pius XIII. But instead of being the progressive puppet the cardinals expected, he turns out to be a chain-smoking, cherry Coke zero-drinking, ultra-conservative radical who refuses to let the world see his face. Law's performance is nothing short of iconic. He plays Lenny with a mix of Machiavellian coldness and deeply hidden vulnerability. The cinematography is some of the best ever put to screen. Every shot looks like a Renaissance painting come to life. It's a show about faith, but also about the absence of it, and the ego required to lead a billion people. Whether he's delivering a blistering sermon that terrifies the faithful or having a quiet conversation with a kangaroo in the Vatican Gardens, the young pope is a fever dream that you won't want to wake up from. Number 8. Sharp Objects. Next up is Sharp Objects, a Southern Gothic mystery that is as beautiful as it is disturbing. Based on the novel by Gillian Flynn and directed by the late Jean-Marc Vallée, it stars Amy Adams as Camille Prieker, a journalist who returns to her Missouri hometown to cover the murders of 2 young girls. But the real mystery isn't the killer. It's Camille's own family. The show is an atmospheric masterclass in show, don't tell. The editing is fragmented, mimicking Camille's trauma-induced flashbacks and her struggle with self-harm. Amy Adams gives a career-best performance here, portraying a woman literally scarred by her past. Then you have Patricia Clarkson as her mother, Adora, a woman whose care is more poisonous than any physical threat. The humidity of the Missouri summer practically leaks through the screen. It's a slow-burn character study that leads to one of the most chilling final lines in television history. If you like your mysteries served with a side of psychological horror, this is the gold standard. Number 7. Mare of Easttown. Coming in at number 7 is Mare of Easttown. On paper, it sounds like a standard small-town detective investigates a murder story. But in practice, it is a deeply human look at grief, community, and the weight of the past. Kate Winslet is Mare Sheehan, a detective in a gray, working-class Pennsylvania town where everyone knows everyone, and everyone has a grudge. Winslet famously insisted on not having her wrinkles or dad bod edited out, and that authenticity carries the entire series. She isn't a super cop. She's a grieving mother trying to keep her family together while solving a case that involves her own neighbors. The show perfectly balances the central mystery with the mundane struggles of town life. It captures the specific feeling of a place where people are trapped by their choices, yet still find ways to show up for one another. The supporting cast, including Evan Peters and Jean Smart, is phenomenal. It's a rare mystery that makes you care more about the detective's therapy sessions than the identity of the killer, though the reveal of the killer will still leave you floored. Number 6. The Queen's Gambit. At number 6, we have the global phenomenon The Queen's Gambit. This is the show that actually made chess cool again. Set during the Cold War era, it follows Beth Harmon, an orphan prodigy who rises through the ranks of the male-dominated chess world while battling drug and alcohol addiction. Anya Taylor-Joy is mesmerizing as Beth. Her large, expressive eyes do more work than pages of dialogue ever could. The series manages to make a board game look as high-stakes and cinematic as an action movie, thanks to brilliant editing and a pulsing score. But beyond the chess, it's a story about the cost of genius and the search for family. It's visually stunning, with 1960s fashion and sets that are pure eye candy. It's a classic underdog story told with modern sophistication, and it remains one of the most rewatchable miniseries Netflix has ever produced. Number 5. Watchmen. Entering the top 5 is Watchmen. Forget what you know about the 2009 movie or the standard superhero tropes. This series, created by Damon Lindelof, is a remix of the original graphic novel that acts as a sequel set in 2019 Tulsa, Oklahoma. The show centers on Angela Abar, played by the powerhouse Regina King, a police officer who wears a mask to protect her identity in a world where white supremacist groups have declared war on the law. It's a bold, provocative series that uses the lens of comic book lore to tackle the very real history of American racism, starting with a harrowing depiction of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. It is complex, weird, and incredibly smart. You've got clones, giant squids, and blue gods on Mars, but it never loses its emotional core. It's a masterclass in how to take an existing IP and turn it into something completely new, relevant, and groundbreaking. Number 4. The Haunting of Hill House. For the horror fans, number 4 is The Haunting of Hill House. Mike Flanagan took Shirley Jackson's classic novel and turned it into a sprawling family epic about the Crane family, who are still haunted, literally and figuratively, by the summer they spent in a malevolent mansion. This isn't just about jump scares, although there are some terrifying ones. It's about how trauma can linger for decades. The show jumps back and forth between the Cranes as children and as broken adults, showing how the house's influence shaped their lives. Technically, it's a marvel. Episode 6, which consists of several long, unbroken takes, is one of the most impressive feats of directing in TV history. It's a ghost story where the most frightening things aren't the monsters under the bed, but the secrets we keep from the people we love. It is devastating, beautiful, and will keep you looking in the corners of your own room long after the finale. Number 3. Taboo. At number 3, we have Taboo. This is Tom Hardy at his Tom Hardiest. Set in 1814, Hardy plays James Delaney, a man long presumed dead who returns to London from Africa to inherit his father's shipping empire. He finds himself at odds with the East India Company, the British Crown, and the Americans, playing them all against each other in a dangerous game of shadows. Delaney is a brute, a mystic, and a genius all rolled into one. He grunts, he threatens, and he navigates the filth of Victorian London with a singular, terrifying focus. The production design is incredible. You can almost smell the mud and the gunpowder. It's a dark, gritty, and often supernatural political thriller that doesn't hold the viewer's hand. With news that Season 2 is finally on the horizon in 2026, there's never been a better time to experience this visceral masterpiece. Number 2. The Penguin. Taking the runner-up spot is the most recent entry on our list, The Penguin. Serving as a bridge between Matt Reeves' The Batman films, this crime epic completely redefined what a comic book spin-off can be. Colin Farrell is unrecognizable under layers of prosthetics as Oz Cobb, but it's his performance, a mix of Tony Soprano-esque insecurity and ruthless ambition, that makes it work. The show strips away the capes and cowls to give us a gritty, grounded look at the Gotham underworld. Special mention must go to Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone. Her performance is a tour de force, transforming from a tragic victim to a terrifying crime boss. The dynamic between her and Oz is the beating heart of the show. It's a brutal, expertly written tragedy about the cycles of violence and the cost of power in a city that's already falling apart. Number 1. Chernobyl. Finally, at number 1 is Chernobyl. This is, quite simply, the perfect miniseries. It tells the story of the 1986 nuclear disaster in the Soviet Union, but it's not just a disaster movie. It's a horror story about the cost of lies. The tension in the first episode is suffocating, even though you already know what's going to happen. Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgård are magnificent as the men trying to contain a catastrophe that shouldn't have been possible. The show honors the real-life heroes, the liquidators, the firefighters, and the miners, who sacrificed everything to save a continent. It is technically flawless, hauntingly scored by Hildur Guðnadóttir, and serves as a sobering reminder of what happens when institutional arrogance overrides the truth. It's a difficult watch, but an essential one. Chernobyl is the pinnacle of the limited series format. And that's our list. Did your favorite miniseries make the cut? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of film and TV. We'll see you in the next one.